Hi, friends. Facebook is down, so this is not a live recording, which is kind of too bad because I really like the comments that people share when I'm recording. But you know what? Facebook is down. I put my makeup on thinking that they were going to be up in time for my broadcast, and they're not. So here we go. I'm just going to do it anyway because, makeup. I don't do that often. I only do it for you. So hello and welcome. Some of you are actually band singers. I understand that. Or you have sung in bands in the past, but many of you have not. Or if you have, maybe you worked with other musicians who were as experienced as you are. But, a lot of times we voice teachers are kind of like Washington politicians in that we kind of sometimes think that our little world is the whole world, and that our little world is the same as other people's worlds. And the truth is that the large majority of gigs that are being played in any city on any weekend are not classical or music theater gigs. They're just not. The bands that are playing most of those sort of bar, restaurant, hotel, private gigs, a lot of weddings every weekend, y'all. Those people are not necessarily people with college degrees in music. Sometimes they are, but let us remember, shall we, that popular means of the people. And so popular music is often, that is how musicians learn from other people, on their own or from other people or institutions or not institutions, situations. There we go. So most of them do not learn from colleges and universities. That does not make it any more valuable. It just means that's not how they came up. So here's that musician. He has a new opportunity. Yay! Or she's fronting the band and now she's trashed her voice. Boo. Or the band has all of a sudden gone from playing 1 gig a week to 3 gigs a week. Ooh, yay. Or they just need to be able to sing in a way they need to sing, that singer. As the artist they need to sing. They're not expressing the way they want to. Those people that I just named, they need our help. And we have to work together as a community of voice professionals. This is my opinion. You do not have to agree with me, but this is my opinion that we need to invite them into our studios as a community so that we can work our magic. We as a community have to be more informed so that we can be more supportive and more effective. Because I got to tell you, I'm just going to share a little bit. I personally, Meredith, have seen many, many singers over the years who have tried lessons with one or more other teachers before they came to me. But they quit because that teacher or those teachers didn't get it. They didn't understand them. Those teachers didn't understand the musician, the singer that came to me, or they didn't understand their music, or they didn't understand the assumptions that exist in the singer's musical universe. So let's fix that, shall we? Shall we just fix that? I am going to tell you the 3 big things that you need to know. You need to know about band singers. You need to know these things so that you can allow them to trust you and allow them to stay in your studio long enough so that you can help them. You can wave your magic wand and help them. I am Meredith Colby, and I support voice teachers to create confident teaching and singing of microphone-based styles. I bring information to teachers through media platforms and classes to help them fill in the gaps in their learning so that they can effectively and lovingly help their students find their true voices. And by doing that, create a prosperous voice studio for themselves. I am the author of Money Notes, How to Sing High, Loud, Healthy, and Forever, which introduces Neurovocal Method, a way to teach healthy singing for microphone styles based on brain science. Now, this is the part where I normally would invite you to comment, but since we are not live because Facebook is down right now, I cannot do that. So I will tell you that I have a great freebie today, and this will still work once I post this on Facebook. If you put, where's my freebie? Okay, so my freebie, I made up a word to trigger my bot. The Neurovocal bot will send you this freebie if you put pop singer in the comments, or on Facebook, there is a link below, not Facebook, YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link below. Okay, the Neurovocal bot will send you a link to get my mini ebook called Making Them Stick. If you are on my mailing list, so Making Them Stick, an independent voice teacher's guide to attracting and keeping singers of microphone-based styles. So it has a lot to do with what we're talking about today. If you are on my mailing list, this came to your inbox on Monday morning. Today, Monday morning, October 4th. You got this in your inbox. If you are not on my mailing list and you put pop singer in the chat, you will get a link for that download. Or if you are on YouTube, you can check the comments. The bot will also give you an opportunity to be reminded about my next broadcast. You may have gotten that reminder before this broadcast. Oh, no, you wouldn't, because Facebook is down. Otherwise, I don't have permission to remind you. It's just a little like, hello, Meredith is going to go live. And it works every single time. You have to opt in every single time. So, because Otherwise, Facebook thinks I'm spamming you. Because, spam. Okay. There are three things. As I mentioned, there are three things that you really need to know about your committed band singer or singer-songwriter. And these are more or less important depending on how long the person has been gigging. That matters. If they've never gigged, right, so they're new to the idea, but they're clear, then it is important for you to know so that you can prepare them for the world that they're working to be a part of. Your teenagers who want to be in bands. If they've been gigging some or a lot, then it's important for you to know so that you can help them appropriately and so they know that you get it. You get them. You get their world. You are somebody who they can trust to help them with their voices and with their singing. So here we go. These are the three things you need to know. Number one, they like the way they sing. Yes, they do. When a young singer starts studying voice, they are often people without goals. They sang it. This was me. They sang in choirs, or they sang in church, or they were told they had a nice voice, or their parents wanted them to study something, and voice seemed like the thing. So they're like that. They just come to you as an open book. They want to learn to sing better. It's kind of vague. They don't know enough to know what they want to sing better. So you just teach them what you know. You begin the process with an assumption that you're helping them develop their voice and build a specific set of skills. Typically, let's admit it, people, my friends, typically a set of skills that is appropriate to classical or music theater. Not always, but usually. When a band singer or singer-songwriter comes to you, they are there with a different mindset. So, and age does not have that much to do with it. Really, you would think it would, but it doesn't. I am currently working with a singer-songwriter who is very prolific, very focused, and 15 years old. It's right. That singer is coming to you because they want something from their voice that they are unable to create themselves. They have a problem. I guarantee you, I will send you $1 if I'm wrong. They have tried to solve this problem themselves, but they cannot. And so they have sought you out. They have sought out the help of a professional, you. You can't approach this person's learning process in your studio in the same way that you approach the process of that young choir singer that I mentioned previously, the one who's just like vague, right? You cannot assume that you're going to build their voice and teach them specific skills that are applicable to theatrical singing. You cannot approach them that way. Do you like that voice? That's my voice teacher voice. Once this I do talk to my clients that way all the time. Once the singer has told you that they want to sing in a band, or they are singing in a band, or that they are a singer-songwriter, you have to shift your approach. You have to assume that they have come to you out of frustration and they have a problem. So there's more about this singer in my freebie today. My ebook that is an independent voice teacher's guide to microphone singers. And if you put that pop singer, the word I made up, in the comments, the bot will give you a link to that free download. Again, you have to assume that overall they like the way they sing, that they are just frustrated with one or two particular issues, which they may or may not be able to articulate. Just saying. You also have to communicate to them that you understand that your job is not to change the way they sing, but instead to help them solve their problems. I will tell you. Okay, no, I won't. I was going to go on a tangent, but I won't. But so there are a couple of things about that I just said, that you are not trying to change the way they sing, or that you're communicating to them that you're not trying to change the way they sing, and you are going to help them solve their problems. Number one is the way they sing may not be fine, even if they think it is. They may be singing out of tune. They may be straining. They may be super breathy. Any number of things that would be fine in small doses in microphone singing, but are not really what anyone wants as a default sound. If they trust you, you'll get around to introducing them to these alternative ways of singing and making sound. But they don't think that their singing is problematic. They just have a problem. So that's the thing. And number two, it is likely that they believe that whatever they came to you with, their problem is unique to them. Even if it's so common to you, they think they're the only ones with the problem. Something as typical and natural as a register break or vocal fatigue, they probably think that they are unique in their challenges. If you assure them that their problem is one that is shared by other singers, that you have a program for that, that they just reassure them that you got this, right? That they're normal, it's fine, it's common, you got it. That will go a long way in building their trust. Okay, number two. They assume that they have agency over their singing. Now, this is the part where our heads blow up, just saying. So I hope you're wearing a hat. In the world of theatrical and classical singing, and if you took this kind of training your own self, this may be part of the air you breathe, right? Decisions about sound, about artistry, about technique, and about performance are typically shared decisions. The singer shares these decisions with voice teachers, with directors, with conductors, often with the requirements of the genre itself. Okay, let that sink in for a second. All of those things, the artistic components, are shared decisions. This is not true in microphone music, generally speaking. With some exceptions, like for instance, if you're in a tribute band or something, the singer gets to decide what their singing sounds like. So for instance, let's think about Billie Eilish. Now she is very, very stylized. She sings the way she wants to sing. Her way of singing is accurately expressing her musical intention. Voice teachers usually don't like her. I have heard very few voice teachers say, oh yeah, I think she's really cool. Mostly they don't like her. But friends, her YouTube channel has 43 million subscribers. If your little singer loves Billie Eilish and you say Billie Eilish is a bad singer, who wins? Seriously. You hear what I'm saying? Your student is taking their musical cues from other artists, not from the requirements of a certain genre. And what that means to you, the voice teacher, is that if you want to be part of this student's musical team, if you want them to keep coming to you, if you want to be someone that is helping them realize their musical expression, then you need to be able to empower them to express themselves as they want to. If you don't feel you have the tools to do that, then right now or ever, or you don't want them, then you should refer that student out or learn the tools. You can also learn the tools. I'm sorry, friends, but you have the smarts and the experience. They do not. They do not know. It is up to you to make sure that this person gets what they need. Put pop singer in the comments if you want my ebook, Making Them Stick, which will help you with this issue. And if you're watching on YouTube, the link will be in the comments. Okay, number 3 thing. I always say, I have to stop doing that. I go, okay, before I do something next. It's like I'm loading the next file. Okay, loading the next file, people. Number 3, written music. Maybe, maybe not. The very last thing is this. It's kind of a squishy topic. So I do not have a clear-cut answer for this, but I want you to have this in your awareness. I just want you to not be assuming. Okay, that's all. So I'm just putting it out there. Many voice teachers feel very strongly about teaching their students the skills of written music, and there is a lot to be said for having these skills. I personally am really glad I have those skills. I find them really empowering. I have throughout my career. However, it must also be said that I, Meredith, learned them in an environment where first, learning them was not optional, and second, I had a lot of time to practice those skills. I was in a lot of ensembles. I had a piano at home. I had more time. I wasn't trying to make a living. I could do this. This will probably not be true of your band singer or singer-songwriter. Please keep this in mind. You need to know if your student really wants to learn the skills of reading and understanding written music. Because if they don't, you're really wasting everyone's time. They're not going to practice. It is highly unlikely that they are in an environment that requires those skills. If they're not motivated and there's no place to practice and apply these new skills, then you're not only not making the best use of your time with them, but you may be costing yourself some of their trust. Because if you're a dog and you won't let go of that bone, then every time you do, you're telling them, I don't understand that you don't need this. Do you know what I'm saying? If they're saying, I'm really not interested, if they're demonstrating by never practicing and not knowing what you taught them last week, they're showing you that they're not personally motivated. And you keep hounding them to learn because it's important. They're communicating to you, they're not interested, and you're communicating to them that you don't get it, that you don't understand, that reading music really is optional in their world. And it's a big thing. Music is seldom written down in their world. If they have something written down, it's lyrics. And if there's any musical notation, then it's going to be chord symbols that are written above the lyrics. Musicians in that world, they learn by ear. They remember things by sort of inventing their own personal shorthand, most people. Your band singer, again, unless they've asked for it, they may be interested, they may want to. But if they haven't asked for it, that band singer does not need to know note values and key signatures. They need to know what a key is. They need to know what a key is and how it affects them as singers. That's valuable. They need to know what song form is. They need to know how to communicate song form so that they don't sound dumb. They need to know how chords work so that they can understand how to sing a harmony part. That's really valuable to a band singer. In other words, they need to know the skills and the language that is pertinent to a band rehearsal or to the writing down of a song. Those are the skills they need. So, boom, boom, boom. We got through it all. I hope that this helps you understand your pop singer a little bit better. If your singer is young and inexperienced, you might be the only person they trust to help them learn how to front a band. If your singer is already working and has vocal limitations standing between where they are now and where they really want to be in their singing, you can be the person to help them free their voice. I'm Meredith Colby. Thank you so much for being here with me today. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as at meredithcolby.com any old time. Stay well, stay safe, be nice to yourself, and have a great week.